There's going to be no overly edited video here, so just have this up in the corner of your screen somewhere and just listen in. Now you're here because you want to get paid more for the work that you currently do. Now that might be because you've seen people out there with less skill than you doing 10, 20K a month, or it might be that you're just fed up of having clients coming to you, asking for discounts, trying to haggle, and it just being a nightmare. I want to start off by saying the trick to getting higher paying clients isn't just by having a better service. Now in the next few minutes, if you stick with me, I'm going to give you 3 bits of information that is going to stick with you throughout your journey. Just a bit of street cred first, so you know it's not all fluff. I originally started doing $5 leaflets throughout university as a bit of beer money to keep me going, but now I make around $1,000 a day, sometimes a little bit more, just on inbound leads through Upwork and Instagram. Now what you need to understand is platforms like these, it's not just about getting loads of eyes, it's about getting the right type of eyes. Now if you're only getting people come to you that don't really have a budget, then it means you're attracting the wrong type of audience, so there's optimizing to be done. But that's good because that means there's something we can fix. Now the first point that I want to make is to position yourself as a master of one. People with deeper pockets are looking for one specific solution to solve their one specific problem. So if your profile is all over the place, let's say you do a bit of copywriting, a bit of graphic design, then ultimately you look like an expert in none of those. So actually all you're doing is diluting the impact of your profile. So focus on one that's really in demand, and it's going to help you nail this first point. But you can still provide multiple services in the future. The key is to build that trust first. So in order to attract those bigger clients, you've got to solve one specific problem. But once you've built that trust, you can then let them know the array of other areas that you can support them to. Now, point 2 is to make the client the hero of your story, not just you. Now I've said this tactic out loud, you're more than likely to start seeing it online, right? As humans, we're drawn straight to the reviews. Think about the last book you purchased, or the last holiday you went on, or the last cafe you decided to go in and work at, right? We look straight at the reviews. Ultimately, we don't care about how these places talk about themselves because everyone puts themselves in a shining light. What we care about is the experience that other people have had, right? And we make our decisions based on this whole tribe mentality. So start shrinking down areas where you're trying to convince people that your service is really good, and instead start showing all the results that you've got for other people. Make that whole transformation the biggest part of the story, and implement a little reviews here and there from people that you've worked with. Just because that whole client-centric approach positions you a little bit more of a strategic partner rather than just a transactional in and out service. And if you hadn't guessed, that's what these higher paying clients are looking for. Now that brings me to part 3. This is all about humanizing your approach, because it's not B2B, it's not B2C, it's P2P, people to people. Ultimately, as humans, we buy from people we like, people we can trust. It's the same with the clients that come to you. It's the same reason inbound leads work so well, right? You're less likely to, accept a gig from someone who's directly cold messaged you rather than someone you've been following for a few months. So if you're looking to really start working with those higher paying clients, you've got to understand it's more about building that connection first. You want to build a profile that goes beyond skills and experience and starts tailoring down to the nuance of who you are, what you do, why people work with you, and just give a bit of that human-centric approach. A really great way to do this is to start adding photos of you in your portfolio, in your case studies, in your proposals, and make sure you've got a video of you on your profile. That way, when clients are comparing you to a handful of other freelancers, they've already built that trust and connection with you, which means who are they going to go for? Now, a good way to get your head around this and to understand how fast the world is moving, have a look at the last 3 things you purchased. Now, was it because that brand specialized in one thing really well? Was it because you got recommended it, or it had really good reviews? Or was it because you saw it online and you felt that you really trusted them? Now, if you're anything like me, you love learning stuff like this, then consider following along, subscribing, doing all that jazz. I'll see you for more.